Once upon a time, there was a poor man who worked as a plowman and sower. One day, he was plowing the field. Suddenly, while turning over the soil, he saw a grain of bread. Not an ordinary grain of wheat, but huge, like a hazelnut. He took this grain, threw it into the plow, and went home. "I won't come back here," he said, "until I find people who still eat this kind of bread." He went around asking and heard that beyond the 9 mountains there lived a very old man, and if anyone knows about such bread, it's him. Our hero decided to go and see him. When he got close to the man's house, he stopped and loudly said, "Master of the house, are you at home?" "Yes, I'm at home," came the reply. A man as white as snow came out of the house. "What do you want?" he asked. The man showed him the grain of bread. "Tell me, master, did you live to see people eating bread like this one?" "I don't remember, son," the old man answered. "But my older brother might perhaps. I'll show you." And the man went to the next house. He stood at the door and shouted, "Master of the house, are you at home?" "Yes, I'm at home," came the answer. The man opened the door and stepped inside. The man showed him the bread and asked, "Did you live to see people eating bread like this?" "I don't remember, son," he replied, "but my older brother might." "Wait a moment, I'll show you." But the man did not follow him, because he had already turned completely white, like flour. Our hero continued his journey. After passing 9 mountains, he finally found a house where an old man was sitting by the fireplace. His white beard hung down to his knees, just like a snowdrift. "Master of the house, are you at home?" "Yes, I am," came the voice. The man entered the house. The old man noticed him and said, "You must be tired from your long journey. Sit by the fire and rest." The man thanked him and said, "No, I'm not tired. I'm looking for people who eat this kind of bread." "Did you live to see such people?" The old man looked at the grain of bread, smiled, and said, "Of course, I remember. It's been a long time since anyone has eaten bread like this. Please break off a piece and let's eat it together." The man hesitated for a moment, but then agreed. Then the old man sat down on the grain of bread, which miraculously became soft and fluffy, and said, "In the time when people still ate this bread, there were 3 brothers. They lived happily together, helping each other. When it was time to divide the grain on the threshing floor, the youngest and the smartest would always give the extra grain to the eldest, saying, 'Take it, brother. You are married, you have a wife and children to feed, and I have enough.' The middle brother would say the same to the younger one, 'Take it, you need it more than I do.' That's how they shared the grain. Then the youngest would take some grain and sow it, so that he could have bread for himself until the next harvest. At the same time, the elder brothers would take their share and distribute it among their families. So they lived for many years, sharing everything fairly and honestly. But one day, the youngest brother started thinking, 'Why should I work and give away all my extra grain?' He thought, 'It's time for me to take something for myself too.' From that day on, he stopped giving away the extra grain. The middle brother also thought it wasn't fair and stopped giving his extra grain to the youngest. Both brothers started taking everything for themselves. The oldest one kept saying, 'Brothers, why are we working so hard and wasting our strength? Let's share everything equally and live well." But his brothers didn't listen to him. They kept thinking only about themselves and constantly argued over the grain. The youngest even started saying to the middle brother, "Why are you getting so much? You shouldn't be getting any more than me." They kept arguing like this, and the eldest one kept sighing and shaking his head. One day, the eldest brother went outside to calm down a bit. As he walked around the yard, he came across a small hole dug by some animal. He looked into it and saw the grain of bread you brought. He took it out, examined it, and being an honest man, he wanted to return it to its owner. So he set out on a journey to find you. That's how he ended up at my house. I've been waiting for you for a long time, but I didn't know you'd be coming today. Come closer and let me tell you the rest." The man got closer and the old man continued. After the eldest brother found the grain, he returned it to the youngest and said, "Look, this grain belongs to someone else. We don't have the right to keep it. Let's return it." Hearing this, the youngest brother got angry and drove the eldest one away from the house. "Why don't you leave me alone?" he shouted. "Don't you dare come near me." Since then, the eldest brother had to live in the forest, while the middle one went to another village. But they both regretted what they had done and often missed their home. Then the old man looked at the man and asked, "Didn't you understand what happened after that?" The man nodded, indicating that he understood perfectly well. The old man smiled and said, "Well then, young man, don't be like those brothers. Do your work honestly, don't want anything from others, and don't envy your neighbor. If everyone does their best, then the country will prosper, and there will be enough work and food for everyone. That's why nobody eats this bread anymore. People no longer have that loving heart. The only way to save them is to be hardworking. Be honest, work hard, don't want anything from others, don't envy your brother, and do good for your country." That's what the old man told the plowman. And having taken his advice to heart, the plowman went home, leaving the old man and his grain of bread behind. He worked hard, never wanting anything from his neighbors. He was always happy with his own. He never envied anyone, and he always did his best so that his country would prosper. And this made him happy because it meant that he had brought light into people's lives. And that's the whole story. So friends, just like the main character of this story, we must always remain human, honest, and hardworking, because only then will we bring light into the world. Don't forget to share the video with your friends if you enjoyed it. Stay with us. Until next time.